Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jorde Lenoir here, men's empowerment coach, and tonight we have a very special guest that we're going to be bringing on in a second, and her name is Jax Robinson, and we're going to be talking all things about the power of manifestation. So this is something that is really exciting, and I can't wait to dive deep on this topic. And if you're someone who's wants to know a little bit more about manifestation and manifesting certain things into your reality, then this is definitely the Facebook live that you want to get on. And if there's any questions or anything like that, please feel free to type them in, and we'll get them answered as we go. So we're going to bring on Jax. So give me 2 seconds here, guys. Give me 2 seconds here. All right. We're just adding her in now, guys. So get nice and comfy, get nice and relaxed, and let's dive on the power of manifestation. Hello.
I can see me.
How are you?
I'm so good. I was just like watching you, and I'm like, oh my God, he's talking about me. How cool is this?
Welcome.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay, Jorde?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. How about me?
Yes. Great.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Beautiful. Awesome. So as you know, I've been doing this conscious conversations with Jorde Lenoir, and it's just amazing the type of caliber of people that have been coming on to my podcast and my Facebook lives, and just sharing their gifts and their knowledge with the world. And I wanted conscious conversations to be sort of that platform, for teachers, healers, entrepreneurs, mentors, such as yourself, and that can really showcase, their gifts to the world. And I think it's so, powerful with what we're about to speak on tonight. Don't you agree?
Yes, absolutely. I love it. Absolutely love it. Firstly, thank you so much for having me on, and thank you so much for who you are and how you show up in the world. I do recall not long ago, it was probably last year, where we actually connected and did some work together as well. And just to watch you, how much you've manifested into where you are right now, and how powerful your journey has been. And congratulations on the bub coming along the way as well.
Thank you.
It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely been quite the journey. But I'm grateful for the highs, the lows, everything. And it's we're all students here. We're all here to learn from each other. And if my journey can inspire someone, then that's the greatest gift of all. So
Yeah.
But
Getcha.
awesome. All right, let's dive deep on tonight's topic. I'm super excited. So the power of manifestation. Now, to a lot of people out there, that are quite new to this, might be, sort of, curious, or some sort of, they might be sort of scratching the surface. What exactly is manifestation, Jax?
Okay, this is a really great question, because I was asked this several times last week, and I was like, oh my gosh, what a great question. Well, a year and a half ago, I really didn't know what it was about either. Probably a little bit more than a year and a half ago, I was introduced to the concept myself, and a concept that it's always existed. It's part of our life. It is what brings thought to fruition. Now, first and foremost, everything that is man-made on this planet has been manifested. So everything that is man-made has been brought to life from thought.
Right.
I really really got a great feel of that when I was in Las Vegas. I don't know if you've been to Las Vegas, but driving along in the desert.
Oh, wow.
And you're just like, yeah, right, in the desert. And then over the, like, on the skyline there, you just see these high rises rise up, and you just go, and when you're in Vegas, you just go, what the heck? This place is magical. So that was my first real taste of, like, holy crap, this is incredible. Like, someone had to think about this. Someone had to really, really believe that this is possible and made it possible. So manifesting, first and secondly, there's two laws in the one. So I've like delved deep into it myself. I've researched it. I'm an absolute geek every single day. My personal mentor is Abraham Hicks. So if you've ever heard of him, the legend, right? Yeah. Yeah. So what I really get from it and how I can explain it is that there's two really unexplainable laws in this world. Number one, there's gravity. So gravity exists. It exists. We don't really have a clear understanding about gravity. It's just there, right? Like, and you can't defy it unless obviously it's a mechanic. So you've got planes and you've got hot air balloons. There's ways, but you couldn't stay up in the air for too long. If fuel runs out, you're going straight down. So gravity is one of the laws. The other law is the law of attraction.
Yes.
Now, the law of attraction is undefiable. It's undefiable.
Right.
So have you ever had a situation before where you've kind of like thought about someone, you haven't spoken to them in a while, you just think about them, or they come up in a conversation and next minute you're getting a message from them, or you've seen them and you go, whoa, holy crap, I was just thinking about you the other day.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure everybody on this call has experienced that or something like that. So that is a direct result of law of attraction. So the law of attraction is pretty much whatever vibration that we emanate. Now, people who don't believe in vibration, I'm sorry, it's a real thing. We're always emanating a vibration. That's just who we are. We're an energetic being. There's always energy protruding from us. Now, the law of attraction, exactly. So the law of attraction is a law where whatever is emanating from you on a vibrational frequency is what is going to come back and show up in your life. That is something that, you know, sometimes if you have a bad day, you wake up and you have a bad thought, and you think about something that stressed you out yesterday, and then little as the day goes on, your day just keeps getting worse and worse and worse, and you're like, for fuck's sake, can it get any worse? And it keeps getting worse, because that is what we're attracting into our life. Or vice versa, where you've had a really great day, you've gone, yeah, I just got laid, and you're like, oh, today is going to be great. You go to the coffee shop, you get a free coffee, like everything just goes really good, because that is what we're doing. And this is a real thing. We've all experienced it. Now, manifesting is being able to manipulate it to how we want it to show up. So there's so many different ways. For me, what I've learned myself is that thought creates emotion. Emotion then it generates the emanating, so it generates your energy. So it all starts here, and then it starts here, emotion, energy, and manifesting, intentional manifesting anyways, because we're always manifesting, but intentional and deliberate manifesting is being able to manipulate what's happening here, that goes out here, and then comes back to you. So people always wonder why the hell I'm so happy all the time. Because I want good shit to happen in my life, you know?
100%.
So
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that is what manifesting is. It's something that we're already doing, but in being intentional and deliberate about it. And I have been, and you've seen my journey, and like everything that exists in my life since I learnt of this and since I geeked out on this, for me, this is my study. You know, I don't do uni. I don't do like stuff like that. I do this stuff because I'm like, well, this is fun and it's free. Like it's free to geek out on this.
100%. And you know, there's a lot of I see we've got about 14 or 15 viewers on at the moment. So we've drawn in quite a crowd already there, Jax. And I see that there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot more females on than males at the moment. So you know, for the women out there, for the women out there that want to, you know, call in the one, you know, want to manifest their king. You know, I've watched your journey and I've seen you
Yeah.
call in your king and all that. You know, what are some of the steps? What are some of the tips? What are some of the, you know, what can they do to, you know, really draw that in? If you know, if they're open to that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, this is great. This is great. I'm literally working on a workshop right now
Yeah.
for this, for my queens out there. I get this. I know this like hands down. In fact, my king is actually, he's my cheerleader. He's watching right there
Yeah.
through the video. He's like there. It's so cute. So where I was when I was like, I need to change something because there's something's not working. I kept attracting elements of people who were really good, but then there's always elements that weren't 100% in alignment. Let's just say alignment, because I'd rather use the word alignment than good or bad, because neither is nor, like it's just alignment. So it got to a point for me where I was like, come on, I'm getting old now. Like, more I know, right? I've already got kids. I've got no excuse. So for me, it was more like I really felt like I was ready. Like I got to a point where I was like, I'm actually really ready to love hard. I'm really ready to give so much love. I felt very content in my life.
Yeah.
I did the work over the previous few years. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm ready. But one thing I realized that I didn't do ever was I didn't get really clear. Now, actually, I should grab the list, but I was like, right, how clear can I get? How clear can I get? So I wrote a list of like 20 plus attributes and values.
Wow.
So nothing physical, just attributes and values. And the greatest thing about exes or past relationships is that what happens from the non-alignments there is that you get to really get a clarity on what you do want from experiencing what you don't want, right?
I love that.
So yeah, so the list was developed from everything that I don't want. One of the things was I wanted a guy who would message me back straight away and not leave me hanging for a week. Yep. Because he was busy. But I really, like, for me, I didn't want it to be a relationship where I was asking him to step up to what I wanted. I wanted him to step into that. I wanted it to be who he is, the type of person that would receive a message from me and go and make it his priority because he loves me. Like, that's what I wanted from that man. And there was other things, you know, I wanted someone who didn't drink, who didn't smoke, and I got a Muslim. How cool is that? That's clear. And so I just really developed a list that was just so clear. And from there, what happens with manifesting? He didn't just I didn't just do that and he just appeared the next day, like at my doorstep. No. What happens when you start manifesting deliberately is that you turn on your inner compass. We all have an inner compass. We can't deny that. We have intuition. And what you start to notice is that your path starts to light up. So I was starting to go on dates with guys who had more of the elements that I was putting on the list.
Oh, wow.
Who were really great. You know, the alignment started happening little by little. But the one thing that I did that is really, really crazy, but I'm like, everybody's got to just do this because it is so powerful. I declared him every single day. So I didn't this is different to manifesting. Rampaging and manifest, blah, blah, blah. Rampaging and affirmations are very different things. So rampaging is actually really feeling each and every part of your list from first person. So rather than going, I really want a man who communicates well. I really want a man who eats healthy. I would visualize moments that required him to be that person. So if it was eating healthy, I visualized us eating dinner together and holding hands. And if it was communication, I would actually visualize myself looking at my phone, receiving a message and being all like, ee. And I really just felt into every single attribute that I was wanting.
Playing full out.
Every single day, twice a day. So I got hungry. I was like, ah.
Love it.
And
Love it.
It was great. It was fun because I thought, what else am I going to do with my time? You know, I was just like, I really want this to happen. And there were moments where I did go like, oh my God, where is he, for crying out loud? I'm just doing this. But it was only a few months that I did it. And I swear he turned up in a beautiful package when I decided to shift my focus from calling him in. I was just like, okay, I'm doing this. I wanted this. I need to focus on other parts of my life now. And as soon as that happened, the letting go, which I actually did a video the other day about it, it's like the letting go isn't just going, okay, fine. Oh, I don't want him anymore. Like, it was about shifting my focus to something that really lit me up. So it's all about staying lit up, staying in play, and just having faith that whatever you're doing is a real thing. That's the biggest thing. Just having faith and believing that this is a real thing.
I love that. I love the fact that, you know, like manifestation has been around for years, but like, you know, as you and I both know, growing up, you know, we weren't taught this kind of stuff. You know, we might have heard of it, you know, here and there, but, you know, now I'm starting to see more and more people opening up to this, you know, delving into this, you know, doing the work like you're saying. One of the things that I think, you know, people might struggle with, I suppose, is, you know, playing, you know, full out, but then, you know, they might get, you know, distracted, or they might get, you know, put in a certain mood, and then it doesn't work. Like, what are some of the tips that you might give, you know, people out there that, you know, are trying this out, and, you know, that, you know, they might feel like it's not working, or, you know, they might get frustrated in themselves. How do they get back into that zone of, you know, genius, that zone of manifestation? How does one do that, Jax?
Well, first and foremost is it's a game. If you go into it thinking it's just like, this is it, dead serious,
Yeah.
my life depends on it,
Yeah.
you're screwed, right?
Yeah.
But if you think of it as a game and you're like, you know what, why not? Let's just have some fun with this.
Yeah.
It's really, really important. Like, going back to law of attraction, is really important to be responsible for your frequency. So being responsible for your thoughts, being responsible for what's coming in as well. So I had a massive time where I was just completely blocked. And what caused that for me, because I had to really, I'm a very analytical when it comes to my life, and I'm like, okay, so there's no flow happening here, so I need to be responsible. I had to get responsible for what was coming into my eyes. So I took myself off Facebook. So I got to a point with social media where it wasn't serving me, because I found myself comparing to people's lives and going, why am I not at that stage? Why don't I have that amount of money? Why don't I have that life? And it kept me on this lowered vibration. And what kept happening was I was getting nowhere in life. I was like, I felt so stuck. Brick wall, brick wall, brick wall. So luckily, I'm really in tune with my intuition. And I was like, all right, so I've got to get responsible with this. I had to really look at how being on Facebook was serving me, and it wasn't for that time. So I took myself off. And then, you know, and I got present with my life, and I was like, and then I've come back on completely different, completely shifted, really excited about it, because I spent the time away and I honored my energy. Now my energy is very high because I've been able to practice that. So it's really, I guess the biggest thing is to really be responsible for what's happening here and what's causing it. Coming from a place of appreciation too, I know that we do tend to get really hard on ourselves, especially when it feels like it's not happening or we don't have enough of this. But it's really what I like to do. So I am a woman. I do still have my moments where if I've organized something with my partner and he's late, or he can't come on time, or he can't come, of course I'm going to get a little bit mad.
Oh, of course.
But I stop myself, and I always think about how he's contributed to my life. As you know, he's just, I go, well, you know what? He's amazing. He does this and this and this for me, and I love him so much. So I get responsible and shift it. So what I recommend to all of my girls is that always start looking at what you do have and what it would be like if you didn't have it anymore. So especially with money, okay, so we go, oh, we don't have enough money, but I tell you what, we've got a lot of love in our life. And start thinking about the people who are bringing you that abundance of love and what it would be like without it. So really getting responsible with our thoughts is huge.
100%, 100%. Now, so you briefly mentioned there you're doing like a workshop for women. You know, you've got that going. You've got is it a Facebook group? How can women in are you open to coaching men as well in the power of manifestation? What do you say to that?
We do have a Facebook group, and if you want to contact me, girls, if you want to contact me and you want more information or whatever, I would love to. Like this is something that I love sharing because I feel like it's not my knowledge to keep, right? So you would understand this. It's like we get these downloads and downloads and downloads, and we just want to like word vomit, and that's our role. That's the role that we've chosen. So I'm willing to help women. Now, the reason right now I'm men aren't like in the group because I'm still really trying to find my feet with all of this and staying in my alignment. And perhaps we'll branch out, like be more than happy. Like I know that we've spent time with coaching and stuff before, and I like that one-on-one stuff is great. I love it. But in terms of in a group, like I feel like the energy of men, I would just get so like, you know, kind of thing. So I think I would love right now just to focus on women in my group because that's who I am, and I really want to just my success it depends on the success of my women. So I feel like I want to get to a point where when they're manifesting powerfully, when they've got abundance in their life where they want it, when they've met their soulmate, and that's when I feel like, okay, I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing a good job.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, if there's any women, that are watching this right now, please get in contact with Jax Robinson. You've heard it here firsthand what she's doing, and like I said, the journey that she's been on, and I've witnessed it. It's powerful stuff, powerful stuff. And every time I see her, she's always stepping up, stepping up, and stepping up. It's amazing to see, Jax. I think just to finish off, I always say this with every guest speaker that I bring on Conscious Conversations with Jorde and I. If you could give the viewers a powerful one-liner, what would it be?
Stop taking life so seriously. Just play. That's it.
Boom, mic drop. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was Jax Robinson on Conscious Conversations with Jorde Lenoy. Make sure that you get in touch with her. If you resonated with her, if you connected with her, please let her know. She has got some amazing stuff that are coming up. I absolutely honor you, Jax. I see you, and I love the work that you're doing out there for the world. It is so much needed. So thank you so much for giving your time.
Thank you. Thanks, Jorde. Mass love to you. Mwah. And thank you for everyone for being a part of this as well. We've got 100% support from us, Jorde.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, Jack.
Thank you. Okay, bye.